Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another tutorial. In today's video I'll be showing you guys how to draft the pattern for this trendy A-line gown. Now this gown has an inbuilt turtleneck and cap sleeves and also two welt pockets with flaps. Now if this sounds good to you and you're interested in it, then please stick to the end of this video. And if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to click on the subscribe button. Thank you. And also share this video to your friends. Now with that being said, let's get right into this video. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is drafting on the front bodice. So from the top of the paper, I came down 1 inch for allowance before I drew my shoulder line. As you can see, that is because of the turtleneck. So I came down for that. And then from the shoulder line, I came down 11 inches for the bust point. I came down 15 inches for my under bust. I came down 17 inches for my half length. And then from that point, I also came down for my hip line. You can just take your measurements and then place that on your pattern. And then from there, you're going to determine how long you want this gown to be, and then you place your measurement on the paper. Mine is 36 inches from the shoulder line. Now moving on to the shoulder line, I'm going to be placing my half shoulder measurement, which is 7.5. That's 15 divided by 2, but I'm going to be adding 1 inch to this 7.5 because this neckline is going to be having a dart, so I'm adding 1 inch of that, so that will give me 8.5 inches. So that is what I'm placing on that line right now. So to place my dart on the neckline, from the center front, I'm going to be coming out by 2.5 inches. You can come out by 2 inches, depends on how far apart you want the dart to be. So after I place, I'm going to transfer that 2.5 to the top of the turtleneck, the inbuilt turtleneck at the top of the paper right there. I'm going to be placing that 2.5 there as well. Now the length of this dart is going to be about 5 inches. You can make yours 4.5 or 4 inches, and that totally depends on your preference. Now because this dart is slanted towards the armhole, it's not a straight dart, I'm going to be coming out by about 4 inches from the center front, and then on the original dart on the neckline, I'm going to be coming out by half an inch on both sides of this dart. Now after I'm satisfied with where I want my dart to be, I'm just going to connect the 2 points together on a slanted line like so, as you can see. So I'm going to be using my pencil to connect the dots for the dart like so to the half an inch I took on both sides of the dart at the neckline area. After I'm done doing that, I'm just going to go ahead and also use my marker for better visibility. Now after I'm done doing that, I'll just go ahead and complete the neck width, which is 4 inches because of the 1 inch of that is present at the neckline. And I'll go ahead to transfer the same measurement to the upper part of the paper like so. Then I'll connect the 2 points together on a straight line. Then after I'm done doing that, I'll just go over to the shoulder measurement right there and then come down 1 inch for the shoulder slope. Then I'll just rule a line to indicate the shoulder slope like so. I'll go ahead to use my marker for better visibility. Now, in order to connect the neck width to the shoulder slope, I'm going to be coming down about 1/4 of an inch from the neck width like so. You can also come down half an inch, but I came down 1/4 of an inch. And after I'm done doing that, I'm going to be connecting it to the shoulder slope using a slanted curve like so. Now after I'm done connecting these 2 points together, I'm going to be using freehand to kind of blend in the neck width to the shoulder slope to have a kind of curved look like so. The next thing I'm going to do is to come down from the shoulder slope by 8 inches, which is going to serve as my chest line measurement. Now you can get yours by dividing your bust circumference by 6 and then adding 1.5 inches. You get your chest line measurement. So I'm just going to extend that line outwards like so. And then I'll just go ahead and rule a straight line to connect the 2 points together, after which I'm going to be taking the midpoint of that line. That's 8 inches divided by 2, so I'm going to be marking the midpoint, which is 4 inches, and then from the midpoint I'm going to be coming out half an inch like so. Now the next thing I'm going to do now is to place my nipple to nipple measurement on the bust line, the under bust, the waistline and the hip line. And my nipple to nipple is 9 inches, so divided by 2 gives me 4.5 inches. So that is what I'm marking on the bust line, on the under bust line, the waistline and also on the hip line. And now I'm going to connect all these points together using my ruler like so. Now remember, this gown is going to be having a welt pocket around the hip area, so I'm going to be going down by 4.5 inches from the waistline that is where the dart is going to be stopping. So I mark down 4.5 inches. You can do 5 inches if you want, depends on your preference. Now on the center front, on the under bust line, I'm going to be going out by 0.5 inch. I'll also be going out by 0.5 inch on the waistline on the center front. Now on the bust line, I'll be coming down 0.5 inch as well because of the princess seam we are going to be having here. Now at the side front on the under bust line, I'm going to be going out by 1 inch. I will also be going out by 1 inch on the waistline. So I took out a total of 1.5 inches for the dart at the under bust and then on the waistline. Now I'm just going to go ahead and connect these points together to form the dart. So I'm just going to draw a straight line from the under bust to the waistline like so, and then from the under bust to the bust line like so, and then I'll be using the curved part of my ruler to draw the other side of the dart like so, as you can see. And then I'll just go ahead and finish up the dart by connecting from the waistline down to the point I marked below the waistline like so. Now to form our princess seam, I'm going to be connecting from the midpoint of the armhole like so that I marked before. I'll connect it straight to the bust point. As you can see, just watch what I'm doing. I'm going to be connecting those 2 points together, as you can see. And then after doing that, I'm going to be coming down by 1 inch from that point. And then after marking the 1 inch, I'm going to be connecting that 1 inch back again into the bust point to form a kind of a dart intake on the armhole area. So I'll just go ahead and do that. Now because of the 1 inch I came down by on the second line, I'm going to be replacing the 1 inch back on that line, as you can see, so I don't have a shortage of fabric at the armhole. Then I'll just go ahead and extend that line on the second line outwards like so to form the new kind of the new second part of the armhole. Now I'll go ahead to add my bust circumference divided by 4 on the chest line. After I'm done doing that, I'm going to be replacing whatever I have at that dart intake. I'll be adding it back into the chest measurement that I have there, so I don't have shortage of fabric. Now after I'm done doing that, I'll just connect these 2 points together to form the new second part of the armhole like so. Now I'm just going to go ahead and use my marker to further highlight all the lines that I drew previously for better visibility. Now the next thing I'm going to be doing is to move over to the chest line and add 1.5 inches seam allowance. Then I'll move over to the waistline and divide my waist circumference by 4, add that, and then I'll go ahead to add the 1.5 inches of dart that we took. I will add that back on the waistline. Then I'll move over to the hip line and add my hip circumference divided by 4. Then I'll be adding extra 3 inches for the exaggerated look of this gown. Then I'll go ahead to add the 1.5 inches of seam allowance. I'll go over to the waistline to add the 1.5 inches of seam allowance as well. Now I'll just move over to the hem line. Now whatever you have on the hip line is what you're going to be transferring to the hem line, which is the hip circumference divided by 4 plus 3 inches of the exaggerated allowance, and then 1.5 inches for seam allowance. After I'm done doing that, I'm just going to go ahead and connect the side seam like so. Now I'm just using my hand to connect the 1.5 inches of seam allowance to the original chest measurements, and I'm just indicating that you have just one piece of this to cut because it's going to be unfold. And then I'm just going ahead to cut this. Now on the neckline, I'm going to be coming down by 1/4 of an inch at the center front like so. It's totally optional if you want. I came down 1/4 of an inch, or you can come down half an inch, and then I'm just going to be connecting it back to the eye shoulder point like you see me doing. And then after I'm done doing that, I'll just go ahead and complete the cutting of this pattern. And I'll also be cutting through this princess seam, as you can see. Now that we have the front pattern, it's time to cut the back piece. Now for the back pattern, it's pretty much almost the same as the front pattern, as you can see. I also went ahead to mark the chest line, the bust line. We are not going to be having an under bust here for obvious reasons. I went ahead to mark the waistline, the hip line, and also the length of this gown. Now on the shoulder line right there, I'm going to be placing half of my shoulder measurement just like I did for the front. I'll be placing 7.5 inches, but I'm not going to be adding 1 inch like I did for the front because there is no dart for the back at the neck area. So I'm just going to go ahead and mark 3 inches as a standard neck width. I'll mark it at the top of the paper like so, and then I'll connect those 2 points together with my ruler. The next thing that I want to do is to transfer my half shoulder measurement of 7.5 inches to the chest line like so. Then I'll connect those 2 points together on a straight line so I'll be able to mark my shoulder slope. Now after I'm done connecting that, I'm just going to come down 1 inch for my shoulder slope, and then on the neck width right there, I'm going to be coming down 1/4 inch just like I did for the front. Now I'm going to be connecting those 2 points together, making sure they're kind of slanted and curved. I will use my hand to just complete the curve like so. Now on the center back line, I'm going to be coming down 1/4 inch just like I did for the front. Now from that point, I'm going to be connecting it back to the eye shoulder point on a slanted line like so. Now you can decide to come down 1/2 inch if you want, totally depends on your preference, but I came down 1/4 inch and I'm connecting it back into the eye shoulder point like so. The next thing I'm going to be doing is to move over to the chest line and place my bust circumference divided by 4 and then add 1.5 inches for seam allowance. Now after I'm done doing that, I'll just go ahead and connect from that point to the shoulder slope to form the armhole for the back like so. The next thing to do is to form our back dart, and in order for us to do that, I'll be coming out by 4.5 inches, which is my nipple to nipple measurement, on the waistline, on the bust line, and also on the hip line like so. And then I'll just connect these 3 points together using my ruler on the straight line like so. Now for the length of the dart, I'm going to be coming down about 5 inches from the waistline towards the hip line, and I've marked that, and then I'll be coming out 1/2 inch on both sides on the waistline to form my dart. So I'll be taking 1 inch for that at the waistline, and then I'm just going to be connecting it towards the bust point. I'm not going to be coming down by 1 inch or 1/2 inch on the bust line, so I'll just go ahead and use marker to connect the dart. So I'll be connecting from the waistline straight to the bust line like so, and then from the waistline straight to the 5 inches that I came down by for the continuation of this dart length. The next thing I'm going to be doing is to place my waist circumference divided by 4 on the waistline like so, and then I'll be adding in 1 inch that I took. I'll add it back to the measurement and then go ahead to add 1.5 inches for seam allowance. Now I'll move over to the hip line and also place my hip circumference divided by 4. I'll mark that, and then I'll be placing 3 inches for the exaggerated look allowance, and then I'll go ahead to add 1.5 inches seam allowance. Now whatever I have on the hip line, I'm going to be transferring the same measurement to the hem line like so. The next thing that I want to do is to reduce my zipper bulge. And how do I do that? I'm going to be coming in by 1/2 inch on the center back on the waistline like so, and I'll be going out by 1/2 inch as well. Now from those marks, I'm going to be connecting them to the upper part and also to the lower part. Just watch what I'm doing if you don't understand what I'm saying. So I'll just go ahead and connect like so, and then I also connect to the lower part like so, and that will serve as a new zipper line. And then after doing that, I'm just going to go ahead and connect my side seam. Now I'll just go ahead and use marker to further highlight the 1/4 inch that I came down by on the center back and connecting it back into the eye shoulder points. I'm just blending it with my hand, as you can see, and making it more visible. Now we're going to be having 2 pieces for the back pattern because of the zipper allowance. Now I'll just go ahead and cut out this pattern. And on that note, guys, we've come to the end of today's pattern drafting tutorial. If you found this video really helpful, please don't forget to give me a giant thumbs up and also share this video to your friends. There's going to be a second part to this video where I'll be showing you guys how to cut and sew this on fabric. So guys, please keep that in mind. And if you are new to my channel, you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead and click on the subscribe button. And don't forget to turn on your notification bell to get notified of my latest uploads. Now till I see you in my next one, guys. Bye.